Hello, good morning, and welcome to a brand new week and a brand new day. It's Monday, the 29th day. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Gubadia.
Well, 29th it is.
Okay, 29th day of January 2024. My name is Alex Obunaya, and this is the paper review. Okay, you already know who my partner is. Comrade Efe Odomo is unavoidably absent this morning, and in his place is the big Don himself.
Well, anyway, I'll take an exception from that. But yes, like we said, good morning. It's the papers, and we need to look at them. 5 papers they are, and I'll be taking a critical look at them. And unlike before, that we used to have this done in just half an hour, I'll be rather extending it now to 1 hour, so at least we can have more of your views and reactions,
yes, indeed,
as it concerns the front pages of the day.
True talk. Okay, let's go straight to the gist now. We have 5 papers: Vanguard, Tribune, Daily Trust, Guardian, and the Punch newspaper. I'm going to be starting with the Tribune newspaper, Nigerian Tribune newspaper. ECOWAS shaky as Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso quit. The full story is on page 3. This news hit us a few days ago that ECOWAS, rather Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso has left the sub-regional body. Of course, you know why. They have some young guys there who are in charge of that country, and they're really not smiling.
No.
Their withdrawal notification not yet received. Body says more divisions imminent. NIIA directors warn. That's the lead story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. And below that one, USA-based lecturer accidentally shot dead in Osun. That's a sad one. Accidentally shot dead. Wow. The full gist is on page 2. Again, gunmen kill 8 in Benue. Ibadan explosion. NSE geoscientists to submit reports on building integrity tomorrow. How National Assembly has been violating Constitution since 1999. Fails to inaugurate constitutionally approved committees 25 years after. Above the masthead of the Nigerian Tribune, governors can't fund state police. That's according to Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma. Southwest governors talking with federal government on Amotekun carrying arms. Oyebanji, that's on page 24. Directly below the masthead, experts differ on Naira exchange rate floating. CBN's key economic projections still premature. That's according to analysts. And Customs CG unveils strategies for meeting 2024 revenue target. Okay, those are all the stories now. And then if anyone interests you, you can go get yourself a copy of it. That's all from the Nigerian Tribune.
Well, the Punch will be the next paper for us to quickly look at. And on the Punch this morning, well, indeed, an epidemic, and we're talking about kidnapping, tracking device shortage, hindering police probe. And this is according to sources, and writers to that really supports that very view. But I'll just plead with you to continue that story on page 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the Punch newspaper. But let's continue and get others. Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, yet to exit formally, says ECOWAS. And well, that seems to be the most trending topic or story as it concerns the sub-region.
True.
But you can continue that story on page 4. Federal government appoints 6 governors to minimum wage panel. And well, page 7 has that. And I hope as they are part of the panel, they'll be paying their workers a similar salary.
Yes, indeed.
Especially that of the federal government. But just grab a copy of that on page 7. IRS demands Achimugu's tax return after lavish birthday party. Well, anyway, Alex, watch how we are spending on our birthday party. So
that's for those who have birthdays. I don't have a birthday.
Okay, well, anyway, page 27 is where you can really get that story. Let's leave Alex with him not having any birthday.
I don't have.
Just beneath the picture of the day then. 40 trillion local government allocation diverted by governors. Woo! And this is according to a report from SERAP, Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project. And you can get that story on page 7. Osun Prince detained after US-based professor's murder. Sad one also that played out during the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, page 4 and 5 have more of that gist. As Naira, manufacturers plan general price hike. Woo! And page 14 continues our tales of woes as it concerns the economy But the picture of the day and a story I will implore you to read on page 4 is NDLEA declares beauty queen wanted, nabs Brazil returnee. And we're talking about the issue of cocaine and illicit drugs. And that's much you can take from the Punch.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's turn our attention now to Daily Trust newspaper. The ECOWAS story is leading. ECOWAS opt for negotiation as Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso quit. It comes with the riders, and the riders are why we pulled out of the regional bloc. Action will weaken group. That's according to diplomats. Atiku urges Nigeria to tighten security. All of that on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper, but the full story actually is on page 4. That's where you find the full gist. And still on the front page of Daily Trust, war on Gaza, children paying highest price. That's a sad one. Tinubu to inaugurate minimum wage committee today. That's some good news, but incidentally just for government workers.
Yes.
Oh dear, that's another topic too for another day. How security operatives nabbed Nabina's killer. That's according to the police. Explosion kills 6 in Borno. Okay, another explosion. This time 6 people have paid the supreme price. It's a sad one. Okay, let's see. I think that's all on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper. Over to you, Mr. Gubadia.
Well, Vanguard is where we're going next. And do remember, the Vanguard are the proud sponsors of the paper review right here on Quest today. And on the Vanguard this morning, the leading story reads, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger pull out of ECOWAS. And riders to that, we are ready for negotiated solution, says ECOWAS Commission. And Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger on suspension from ECOWAS, says Presidency. And is a serious diplomatic meltdown. And this according to no other person but Atiku Abubakar. But anyway, that's much you can take from that story. But in case you really want more from it, I will employ you to go to page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. If Tinubu misses this opportunity, Nigeria is gone. Well, that's what's on page 10, and not according to me, but Pa Adebanjo is screaming out that loud on page 10. But let's see if we take other major screamers and quickly take those at the very top side of it. Corrupt governance responsible for insecurity, banditry in North, says Vice President Shetima. As he says, Afenifere expresses worry over upsurge in kidnapping in Southwest and others. And insecurity, we're taking fight to criminals den, and says the federal government as they try to reassure Nigerians that well, they're doing a lot as it concerns it. Federal government inaugurates minimum wage committee tomorrow. And, well, that story is on page 9. We still have conflicting reports. Some said it's going to be today, while others are emphasizing that it's going to be tomorrow.
But the bottom line is they're going to inaugurate a committee.
We just hope that happens, and we'll see a result from that. But anyway, let's go to that result that we're happy about. And CAF picks Osime for random drug test. And we're talking about the result that played out between Nigeria and Cameroon till nearly ended.
Yeah, it does.
But this is also an aftermath of that very result. Many persons were impressed with how Osime played.
No, he was everywhere. I guess that's why he was picked.
Yeah, so no surprise, CAF picked him.
The young man was everywhere.
To see whether he did it all by himself.
All by himself. Or he spiked his system.
Okay, forest crisis, high import duty, depress vehicles, other imports, and you can get that story on page 20. But I'd love to get riders to that. Dealers lament poor sales. Blink 2024 predicted as Naira sinks deeper. The situation could get worse, says Muda Yusuf. But anyway, let's see if any way we can get. Okay, well, that's the much you can take from the Vanguard newspaper.
Finally, the Guardian newspaper is up next, and again, the pulling out or withdrawal of 3 African countries from ECOWAS is occupying the front page, the lead story, and it's captioned coup fallout, trade, security concerns as Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso exit ECOWAS. The full story is on page 6. You have the picture of our president and the 3 heads of government of the 3 countries that have just pulled out from ECOWAS on the front page. Account of over 40 trillion naira allocation to FCT councils, Syrup tells governments. Account for over 40 trillion naira allocations to FCT councils, Syrup tells governors. US-based professor shot dead in Oshun after party. Mob kills gunman. Oh dear, what a waste. A US-based professor. Beware COVID infections, fatalities still on the prowl. Okay. Petrol trading lifts NNPC's profit to $2.7 billion. Saudi Aramco declares $161 billion. That's for those who are counting the figures.
Yes.
NRC announces return of Kano-Lagos train service. That's on page 30, if I got it right. And I think that's all from the Guardian newspaper. Not much stories on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. And with that, we conclude the review of the dailies. That's all the 5 dailies that we have. And now, let's now take these gists one after the other.
Yeah.
Yes. The top story on all the front pages or front page of the newspapers, ECOWAS matter. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have all exited the sub-regional body because of course, these countries not too long ago, the democratically elected governments were dethroned or kind of removed by military guys, and so the hammer fell on them. ECOWAS slammed hammer on them, and since then it's been topsy-turvy and all of that. But now I think they just said, look, to hell with these guys.
Well, anyway, it's really a sad one, and I'm really concerned about this because let's look at not just trade, but we're grappling with the issue of insecurity. And if we have neighbors that are not willing to help on account of not being a part of the sub-regional bloc, we might really be having a whole lot of trouble. So no surprise, even there in the paper saying security might be an issue. But in all of it, I would really want to plead with ECOWAS for further negotiations. Yes, most of them have said the return to democracy or the mining. Most of them have not given us a definite date of when that will happen. But as it stands now, negotiations are the best. If we stand united, I'm talking about the sub-region, we do so much more. But when we sound fractionized, it's going to be more of a problem, especially having 3 major important members of the sub-region pulling out at this time. And we're talking about Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. And for me, I just feel the sub-region have not done much. The sub-regional body ECOWAS have not done much since these persons are pulled, or rather had their democratically elected governors, president pull out. So I'll just hope more is being done to see how they address them. But before we continue our plead, we need to go on a break now.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll continue more as we look at the papers together. And we might just be having a guest right here to help us look at some of the headlines on the papers. I'll be looking at all of that when we come back. Welcome back. It's still the paper review on Quest Television. Hope you enjoyed that musical interlude. And yes, we're now being joined by Chief Pius Oveje. Good morning to you, Chief Pius.
Good morning.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome to it.
It's still the paper review. Chief Pius, we just reviewed a couple of papers, and maybe you just help us make sense of some of these issues. We're going to start with the Vanguard newspaper. Above the masthead, there's a story: corrupt governance responsible for insecurity, banditry in the north. This is according to our Vice President Kashim Shettima. What does this say about the country, especially the north? Is it only restricted to the north? Because we also have insecurity in other parts of the country as well.
Yes, we have insecurity in other parts of the country. But you have to look at, when it's referring to a particular section like the north, you find out that at the northern part of this country. That's where you have the chunk of the insecurity problem. And it didn't start today. I totally agree with you when you say corruption started it. Because they themselves, the northerners, they undermined their own territory themselves. They believe, those who are well off, they believe of themselves and their children. And they left good numbers of the other ones for other dogs, which they call their margiries.
Yes.
And these people, they've grown. You know, people without father, no mother. The government, they never thought of taking care of these people at their youthful stage. But it got to a stage now, how do they suffer themselves? Problem of feeding for themselves takes too many types of criminality, whatever. If children, you want to do some set of things, certain things, they look at it, this may bring shame to my parents. This may bring shame to my father, may bring shame to my brothers, but in their own, the so-called Amajiris, they were very happy bringing them up and naming them Amajiris without taking proper care of them. These ones have grown to this day and they must wait for themselves. So they are easily recruited into criminality. And that is where you are having them more in the north. And don't forget, the north also is bordered by those from the Sahel, you know, and majority of them, who they now call that Fulanis.
Because of the porous border.
Porous borders, they come in. And you know, they believe in protecting themselves too, either because of their religion or not. They believe in protecting themselves, even when they are doing the wrong thing. Therefore, before they know it, it has outgrown them. The criminal aspect of it has outgrown them. And that is it. So for the vice president to come out and say corruption is a big problem. In fact, corruption affects every section of the place. It's not peculiar to them, but we know the benefiting from them.
Okay, now let's leave that and come to another major on the front page of the Punch. And Naira, manufacturers plan general price hike. It's inevitable, many will say. And let's just look at this. In the coming days ahead, many goods and services cut across the country will increase. And we're already going through an inflation rate of 28.72%, up from 5% that it was in the month of November. Is this inevitable? Prices need to go up.
It's inevitable. You know, what is happening now is cost-push inflation.
Cost-push inflation.
And what is doing? I don't know. The federal government still need to look at their policy of creating the naira. Because 1,400. No, by exchange. And most of all these things, raw material, the value of those raw materials have been imported into this country. So the naira is continuously going down. Don't forget that when this government came to power, naira was about 750.
True.
Of course, it was 750. Yes. Now they decided to float it. Now, when you float everything and the thing is not bringing positive results, instead it's subjecting people to suffer. I strongly believe that the federal government should look into it again, review that policy for good. Otherwise, the rate at which it's going now, before June, July, Naira may have hit 2,000 naira.
Or more.
Or more.
Okay, let's leave.
It's inevitable. They must have to push it.
Let's leave the naira alone so that we don't suffocate the naira here. Let's look at. Let's go back to security. Governor Hope Udodema says that governors cannot fund state police. How true is that?
You see, this is where I will continue to disagree with all of them. No matter how poor you are, let's take it down first.
Okay.
To your own community. No matter how poor you are, if your community is under threat from a neighboring community, you can arrange yourself. We must fight it back. Then for a state governor to say cannot sponsor state police, What do you want to use the money for? You want to use it to construct road market and your people are being killed? The road is good that you want to use the money to build. Is for who? Is it not for the citizens of your state?
Of course.
Now, if you are not going to sponsor the security, to take proper security of your people, of course, which the Constitution asks you to do, provision of welfare and security for the people. That is the number one. Security first, then welfare for the people. But if you are talking about saying you want to take welfare of the people first, and the security is wiping them off, where do you go from there? Yeah, the expenses may be large, but what do you do? Very simple. For now, there could be a deliberate policy by the commander-in-chief directing the IGs, all police officers from grade level 0 to grade level this, or from a constable to ASP, go to your state. Deploy all of them to their state of origin. Deploy them all to the state.
Who takes care of their remuneration and all of that? Who pays their salaries?
No, that one is federal government first.
Okay.
That's federal government policemen first.
Okay.
Now we have federal police.
Of course we do.
Now we are not the Odoloma and Co. They are complaining that they may not have the fund to take on this. This step, federal government, the commander-in-chief should direct. There should be a deliberate policy to see from a level of a constable to ASP or a CSP, all of them should be deployed to their state of origin. They know their terrain. Move in there before those who can work with the vigilantes that they have in the various states. Because most of them have their own
local vigilantes
that they are paying. So if by calling them state police, we give them a problem, let the federal government deploy what they have now to their various states.
And you feel by doing that, they'll be able to deal with the issues of insecurity.
It is the same thing. It's looking like, so another one say, same state police.
Okay.
It's not because state police, you're saying now that it should be indigenous of the place.
Solving our problem.
Now, federal government, they have them. There's no state that does not have
indigenous
police, indigenous in the other. Okay, deploy from this level to this level to their various states. Let them now work with their own people to fight it.
Okay.
So I think
let's see if we can take calls, right?
Yeah, we'll soon take calls, but I'll plead with you. Let's hold on a bit and look at another major that seems to be on the front page of all the dailies today. And we're talking about ECOWAS shaky as Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso pull out from ECOWAS. Did you see this coming, number one? And do you see this as a problem to the regional bloc called ECOWAS?
The regional bloc did not handle this matter properly, especially that of Niger.
Okay.
It happened. Nobody prayed for military
take over
power. But then, there is no smoke without fire.
Of course.
Before these people struck, there was a problem on ground. ECOWAS themselves should look, ECOWAS members should look into the administration of the various countries involved. You see some, they just want to be there, just be loyal, just be firing away the finances of the country, and so on and so forth. And that is why places like Niger struck.
Yes.
To say no, enough of this. They are not peculiar about this man, but France has so messed them up. They are still being colonized in this modern time.
Yeah.
In one way or the other, taking all their products to France. They own the first. They are the buyer. They are the everything. They are not expected to go out to any other market. You must, all your products must come through them. So that is colonialism, and these people are trying to fight it out. ECOWAS did not see anything wrong with France in line with this, but the people who are directly affected, they thought otherwise, and that is why they now struck. But when they even went to the ECOWAS court, they didn't get the justice they expected.
Yeah.
They didn't get the justice they expected from the ECOWAS court. And so even the judiciary at that level also want to toe the line or the other. Okay. Yes, I have all the rights, freedom of association. I can join you. I can withdraw. Though they said it is about 1 year, you have to give about a year notice.
Before that withdrawal.
Whether you give it the 1 year, they have already told you we are out. If you say they continue to say and they don't contribute as a financial member, will you keep them?
No.
They already are, so you do your planning outside them.
Do you feel a proper negotiation will help resolve this? Because as it stands now, there seems to be a stalemate. The regional body is saying they do not welcome undemocratic government, and merely Burkina Faso and Niger are sticking to their guns that they have every right to govern themselves, irrespective of whether it's a direct democratically elected government or not. Do you see a way out of this stalemate at the moment? And would negotiations help to improve the problem or the situation we are in now, with them threatening to pull out?
There's no negotiation with members of the ECOWAS now that can reverse them, because they are already in a different block. They have already moved into Russia. Russia is already
backing them,
waiting to embrace them.
Are you with me? They are now having a better deal compared to that of France. Why ECOWAS will want to push them to continue with their colonial master, which is totally unacceptable
from their point.
From that point, they've already moved. So before they are coming out there now, they've gone far, deep with Russia. And that is the position.
So there's no going back for them.
There's no going back.
Okay, let's go to Osun State. Something very sad happened. A U.S.-based professor, a Nigerian U.S.-based professor, was accidentally shot dead, and this is very tragic. What the firearms issue and all of that. Although we've not read the story to find out who shot him, but from another paper we heard that it was a gunman. Maybe the mob attacked him and even killed him there on the spot. What does all of this say about the way Nigerians, are gone down at, anyhow?
It's unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate. And these are some of the insecurities. The result is not clear. Some are saying, is it a security man? The report is not clear.
Yes.
Very clear to say. Some are saying it's an attack. So whatever it comes, in any way, it's condemnable. It's condemnable. It's unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate. Okay, I don't know, can we take the calls now?
Yes, let's see if we take a call or two. And we'll quickly wrap things up. Remember, it's Quest today, and the paper review is what we're having. And in case you've been joining us before now, we need to really say the paper review, due to popular demand, has now been increased to an hour. So at least we'll have enough time to critically look at some of the majors, especially as it concerns those on the front pages of the dailies. So we've not changed it, but the time now has been extended. Hence, we are doing this. But be rest assured, 8:30, the big story will come. And definitely we'll be having lots of talk as it concerns the constitutional amendment review of this 10th National Assembly. But like I said, let's quickly return or go to the lines, get your reaction, views, and comments as it concerns some of the topics or headlines you find really interesting and you want to react to them. The number still remains 08022931931. And remember to also reach us on the other line, and we'll be more than happy to get those reactions from you guys as they come.
Okay, and the other line is 081-888-88931. While we wait for the calls to come in, let's look at this. Nigeria's Senate, where is it again? I was with it. Okay, how National Assembly has been violating Constitution since 1999. That's on the front page of the Nigeria Tribune. Fails to inaugurate constitutionally approved committee 25 years after. Doesn't that bother you?
These are lawmakers, and it's because the lawbreakers. Well, that is Nigeria. For now, anything goes.
Okay.
No surprise on your part. Okay. Well, anyway, like we said, no surprise us taking the calls now and getting your reactions to some of the major headlines. But we'll also plead with you, as much as you're calling in, remember to do the basic, and that is turn down the volume of your radio your TV set, or just walk away from where it is so we do not have any interference, and I will get you loud and clear. And please, I will implore you to just react to 1 or 2 stories so we'll give others that opportunity to also air their view and or air their views and be a part of this. It's still Quest Television, and remember, you can always get us on Star Times, channel 236 and Moplex 719, as much as you can get us on Apple TV also, and I'll be more than happy to get those reactions and get your response to it. Let's see if we have someone already on the line. Hello, good morning to you. Hello? Hello? Or it looks as if we're still having issues with the network.
Okay. And
I will plead with you to just let that not deter you, but see how you can also be a part of this show today. And I will say I have no other person but Chief Pius VJ helping out with our review of the papers today. And we've had 5 papers for review today, Alex. We had the Vanguard, the Nigerian Tribune, we had the Guardian as much as the Punch, and we trusted ourselves with Daily Trust. And well, that's how we always love to do it. But let's see if we still take a call or 2 and see if we can get reactions from our viewers and see if they will be a part of it.
Okay, while we wait for the calls to come in, we'll go to Gaza, where, of course, you know what's happening there since October 7th. What's the paper now? Daily Trust has a story on its front page. War on Gaza, children paying the highest price.
Wow.
When Hamas attacked Israel, a lot of children were killed. Now Israel is fighting back. A lot of children are being killed. Why our children?
You see, in any war situation, children, the aged ones, they are always
more vulnerable.
More vulnerable to that war. That's why they say war is not good. They should not come into war. But anyway, terrorists should be dealt with. Hamas, they are a group of terrorists. You can't trust them. You see what is happening in Nigeria here to especially Jos and the Plateau. You hear what is happening in the Plateau?
Okay, I think we have a call.
Yeah, we seem to have a call.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling us from. Please go ahead.
My name is Andrew, Mr. Andrew Muzeri.
Andrew, welcome.
Yes. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
I say for the issue, the little as I want to throw for the table is that the security issue, the problem we have for the Nigerian and the politicians, how we take out the politicians and the police are they use all these boys there. So, but there is still a power, I don't talk for last week, but there is still a power vigilante, civil defense and hunters. Then, when they post there for church, school, and market, then all that is there, the police go fit the road, so they go fit the road, all these people go do the communities there. Those people, they are coming for community, not saying ordinary road they do. So that's my opinion, but they empower those people. But they are not focused on the amount of police, soldiers, and all these things there.
Okay, Andrew, thank you.
Thank you so much. And the issue of insecurity, and he feels that's the best way to, or the best approach to have at the moment, empowering the local vigilante and to see how they can really help.
To say empowering local vigilante, it sounds me. You see, we want vigilantes to work.
Yeah.
If the state cannot create, if the federal government cannot review that law, to create
state
police. They should now ask policemen that are currently serving
to be redeployed
to their states and work with vigilantes. But you are putting vigilantes on ground. What are they carrying? Cock and shoot to meet bush people. AK-47. They will run. They will run away. But if you now put them together and support, because they will be going with the hand in hand with the police. Police, they are handling the right rifle. Of course, there could be a lot of things, and this can only be done by bringing the natives, those indigenous
who knows the nooks and crannies of the communities,
and to go.
Okay.
We have it here now. Look at is it a way? It is Uweru area now.
Okay.
A lot of noise along that
Axis,
Omadi road as no trouble there now.
Okay, Chief, I'm afraid we may have to let you go because we seem to be running out of time. Thank you so much for your expert analysis on some of the issues we brought to your notice. Okay, of course, a big thank you to Michael Gubadia. He will remain while I will exit the studio. And of course, for Quest today, Michael Gubadia and Chief Pius Vigil will remain in the studio to do the big story. Okay, but for me, I think my day is far spent, and thank you so much for being part of the program. For those who called in, tomorrow, God willing, we will be back. Good morning.